We
I
did
don't
just get
trust
a
you,
bag of
bro.
holding also, so
I won't lie. That was really good.
I
Burn,
love
Pat.
you, Scott. I do, but knowing how our team rolls and Rena would be the only one having to pick me out of that bag, no, I'm good.
I'm sorry.
That was
She's our only strength-based character.
that
I'm
was
sorry.
Rita. Could
Scott
you,
asked me if I wanted to take a night to finish my food, chat, and I said no because the last time I took a night off, he threw me in a bag of holding.
from whence he never. Rita, could you go ahead just for funsies? Don't even worry about it. Just for funsies. Now, mind you, same as the prior scenario, you have a friend aiding you. Could you go ahead and roll me a strength check with advantage, just
you
like
have-
last time?
You have Ember helping you, but oh wait, fucking Silencio Steve triggered something. Now friggin' Ember is going in with me.
No, look, Rena came through. Rena, you rolled under Rena instead of under Atelia. You have to re-roll.
I'm still gonna do it.
No, you have to. You know the rules. You have to roll.
That's
as
my
Atelia.
roll, dude. That's my
No,
roll.
no, you said that you have to roll as Atelia. Otherwise, like that's that. Thank you,
oh,
I
side
did
note,
the
Wade.
same.
Rena.
Told
look
you
at
that's my
that.
roll.
Oh my
All
god.
right. Hey, Pat. See, you're safe. You're safe. We pull him in. Pull him in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out. Pull him out. Pull out. Pull out is always
no.
yeah. Pull
I
out is good.
passed
Yeah.
Oh.
So
So Wade, your stinky pinky ring ended up making a cameo in our Friday campaign.
cameo.
Yeah, guess who has it?
For a long stay, I assume.
This is a cameo. Cameo means like that means it's there for like an episode. I thought Wade made it a thing forever.
It's made its transfer. The transfer has completed.
No, don't worry
It
about it.
helped us get out of the sewers. It's been very helpful. Thank you.
Listen.
I don't want to
listen.
be an ass. I'm hearing popping from Messi.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he needs a new
Tiny
microphone
pop.
or
Fuck.
something. He needs a new microphone or something like that. But yeah. So the funny thing about that is anybody can get rid of the stinky pinky ring by casting the spell. Remove curse. Hey, Rena. Okay, Rena's gone. Hey, Tyler. Oh wait, nobody loves Tyler. Hey, Messi. While you're muted, who in your party can cast remove curse? Cool. Yeah. Do you guys have access to that spell? Because I mean, you guys have like there's lots of magic where you are, right? And you guys have like lots of friends. It's not like you're hunted fugitives that just like murdered a prince or effectively like the president of a nation. Like that totally didn't just happen, did it? No, right? Yeah, this stinky pinky ring's gonna be sticking around for a long time.
Sick, dude.
Yeah. Wait, are you okay? If you need to relax, we can always, climb in here together.
Dude, I've been seeing more and more people in hot tubs.
I mean, if you see other people getting away with it, you have more and more reason that you might be able to get away with it.
Dude, I could fit a kiddie pool in my room.
I mean, I'm just saying I'm down.
it
Problem
still
is I don't
popping?
have the bod to like support anybody wanting to see that.
Excuse me.
Do I sound-
You don't know that.
Wade, for sure. I'd watch Wade sit in the bathtub for hours.
Do I sound okay?
You never sound okay.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Listen, so you don't know that, Pat.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, I might bit bomb. You know what I'm saying? I might be like bits for bits, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm the equivalent of dropping a toothpick in the ocean.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just saying I'm not
Scott,
here to kink shame.
Real quick, this could help you out, Scott. I think what Pat's saying is that if you and him were out by a frozen lake and he fell in, no one would hear. So, might be worth writing that down.
Why does it have to happen so early? Why do we have to do this so early? And why wasn't I prepared for it? Why wasn't I ready to kick him from the call? Why was he?
I love
not
how
prepared?
I love how Wade's face cam on the thing now actually looks how Derb would be sitting at the table. Hey guys.
Oh, by the way, I totally sent a picture. I sent a text message to Brit, because if you have an iPhone, you can take like your Twitch emotes and you can like drop them.
Yeah.
Like a sticker. Okay, cool. So you can use stickers. So
You could also make them bigger and smaller.
yeah, no, you can have fun with this. So I sent Brittany a message, just being funny, and so she like So I put like the Dalery love. So it was like me holding the heart on there, and she's like ha ha ha, ha. And I put like the Brit ugh. So it's like her going like ugh on there, and she's like ha ha ha. And then I finished it with the picture of Wade with the camera, and she's like, dude, that's creepy as fuck. Okay, that is so creepy. It was good. So now it's like an ongoing thing when I send messages to Brittany that
It's creepier because you just see the bottom of Wade's face in my camera, but the top of Wade's face, and there it is.
and you let Messy back in here and make some of it pretty smaller.
Am I still popping? Pop
Keep
it,
talking.
lock it, polka dot it, country
You're so
fry
fine.
it, hip hop it. I don't remember the rest of the dance, but
Is that the name of a song? I'm gonna dance.
It's a TikTok dance.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think it's Hannah Montana.
Okay. Is Hannah Montana still a thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I think she goes by
Miley Cyrus now. That's
No,
what she goes by.
My apologies. Is Miley Cyrus still a thing? I didn't know if she still made music or if she kind of like went out like a wrecking ball.
No, I think she's still pretty successful. I don't listen to that kind of music.
I don't think she exists anymore. Actually, I think she despawned.
Oh, see now that I could get behind that. That makes sense to me. The triangle found above the ocean by those people on the naval ship outside of New York came to pick her up. That's what it was.
I'm a little concerned Wade hadn't said anything in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I was really wondering how long I could go without someone pointing.
No, I was like,
honestly, I was hoping.
Normally, if like Wade's doing this, he's holding in like a fart because I've been around Wade when he's tried to hold in a fart because he doesn't say anything. I was like, "How's it going, man?" He's like, "Nothing." And as he says nothing, he farts at the same time. Do you remember when you did that at your house?
Oh, probably, definitely happens more than you'd think.
I was like, "Did you just fart?" And he's like, "No."
Sometimes I'll be like, I'll try to make Molly think I've got something really serious to talk about. And she'll be like, "What is it?" And I'll just be like, "Well," and I'll just lift a leg and all right there.
Classy.
I try to find different ways to pull it off.
Or push it out. Hey guys, there's actually a legitimate question in chat. Maybe we can all. You don't have to, obviously. It's not mandatory participation by any stretch. But a little birdie told me, asked, "Do you have any tips for a new DM?" We have somebody who could use it. So, do each one of you, if anybody has advice for a new DM, what you would offer to them? I don't know. Let's start with Rena. Rena, what advice would you give to a new DM?
So a new DM, don't watch Last Initiative or any of Scott's other channels. But no, just
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, the first one I get, but the second one? Ouch, Rena. Ouch.
I'm just
Truth
kidding.
hurts, man. Wear it.
I mean, I'm just kidding. No,
I'll say
he's a good DM. It's fun. There's a reason I'm still here and that I'm in 2 campaigns with the guys. So
Desperation.
he must know what he's doing. Don't tell him.
The talent, skill, beauty,
Yes, thank you.
other lies.
Hey. So any advice for a new DM?
I will say just a side thing. If you guys are DMs, definitely put that on your resume, like that you can help. Think about it. I saw this on TikTok and I didn't think about it until they talked about it. You're very good at telling others, like being a leader kind of a thing, telling people how to get through different, leading people through different
Scenarios,
roles and scenarios that you have to do. A very good team player kind of a thing. Because that's kind of what Scott does. He kind of adapts.
And you're good at making up garbage.
He helped
Very
me learn
true.
missionary, reverse cowgirl, wobbly H.
But you could definitely
Yeah, we went through the whole karma.
You could definitely put it on your resume. There's like separate sections.
that on
for
your
putting
resume.
It as like yeah.
You know,
You're good at throwing kids into ponds.
I'm not even joking. I'm just like, so as obviously as at 35, I've had many interviews and have not.
Why doesn't he
brought-
get kicked for that?
Ooh.
At 35, I've had many interviews and never brought that up in any of the interviews except for Literally one. So I just, the idea of like, for most of the jobs I've ever worked, bringing up Dungeons and Dragons, I think I would
Well,
have
not
been,
saying
like,
that you play Dungeons
I
and
know,
Dragons,
but
but that
I
you
was
were
also,
a team.
I was managing restaurants, you know what I mean? So like, that's just like, but I get what you're saying for that. And certainly nowadays in 2021, it's a very different, because culturally things with D&D has shifted, and certainly with certain jobs that you're going for, that could actually be seen as a very positive thing. So I completely agree with you. Especially if you're thinking like a development
I didn't
job.
think about it. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I didn't think about it until I saw it, because I've made my TikTok to where my For You page is like very nerdy and D&D and Star Wars and Pokemon, like a bunch of just nerdy stuff, which is great. And so I've been watching a lot of these new DMs talking about their experiences and what they do and stuff, or players and stuff, and like what they do. And that was one that came up recently, was like putting it on your resume. I'm like, huh, I never thought of it that way.
So I actually did put that on a resume before. No jokes. I've told this story before. It was when I was still looking for a full-time dev job shortly after I got, I got education or whatever with it. And I actually went to an interview, and it was weird because it was a job out in Boston with a smaller startup company. I honestly can't remember the finer details, but it was actually, they had a brick and mortar location. So I went there for the interview with the owner, like the person that started the business, and his whoever ran it, whatever the positions were. And so I sat down for an interview with them, and I won't lie, for like a 30-minute interview, they spent probably about 20 minutes asking about Lost Initiative. And this is when LI was maybe like a year old. And so, like, in retrospect, I think that maybe they were fans of some of the people that were on the channel at the time, like some of the names that were on it, and they were trying to get like some degrees of insight. And the interview was literally just to ask those kind of questions. And then they kind of like, because I never heard from them again afterwards. It was so weird. It was like the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, cool. Never heard from them again. I sent the follow-up email, never heard again. And I honestly think that maybe because like Strippin was on it originally, I think maybe they just kind of like were asking about like a Strippin or like a Jesse Cox and stuff like that, because they had a lot of questions about that sort of a thing. And as you guys know, I don't really talk about other people. Like, your business is your business. So I kept it all pretty much to me. And I think that's why they're like, yeah, we're good. We can't get anything juicy from this guy. And it was uncomfortable. It was as uncomfortable as the silence you guys have as I tell this story.
Well, Dr. Game, I'm reading chat. It says everything you put on a resume can and will be used against you in an interview. Not necessarily. It's how well you rebuttal against it. Like you've got to prove that. I don't know. You got to prove to be able to stand out, and I don't know.
You know what I never put on a resume?
Sell your worth, I guess.
Some people would argue against this. I never put dates on a resume.
I never put dates either.
Some places want to know exactly what date you were hired and what date you left the company, and I never put that on there.
I've never taken a date to a resume either.
I mean, well, that's a different story. I've taken my interviewer as a date.
Explains why you didn't get hired.
Yeah, no. But he had a good time.
She did. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I saw the opportunity.
Oh. I'm not sure what you're implying, but I've got a few in my head. They're all good.
Anyways, so
maybe stop thinking about this.
Wade, what advice would you give a new DM?
Oh, try. Your
Try.
best.
Do your best.
Oh man. Fun first, rules second, pants optional.
In the digital age and some people's basements, that is true. That's definitely true.
Wade's not wearing pants right now.
And I'm fine with that.
Those are shorts.
Sure.
Shorts.
Messy, do you have any advice for a new DM?
There's these things that are called
Penises.
rule books that you should buy. You don't need to read them; you just need to own them. And then when you play the game and someone asks a question, you can make up your own answer, and then go back to the rule book and disagree with it because it's 5e and characters shouldn't be able to jump that high. So
I can jump that high.
All right.
At least I could back in the day.
And Rita, did you want to add any extra onto yours other than the hate or the shade that you threw my way?
I took it back. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, like you don't do that all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
Throw shade? Never. Apparently,
no,
I'm too
yeah,
short to
never.
cast shade.
Yeah, he admits it. See, at least he knows now, you guys. It's great. He's making.
Can I cast
making
shade at a
progress.
level 3 slot?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yeah.
You suck. Got him.
Damn, got him.
Get fucked.
My advice is same advice that I've always given, certainly for years online. If you're a new DM, don't be afraid to follow the script, and by that I mean like when I was younger, when I took over DMing from my dad, or did it with my friends when I was in my because I started playing DVD when I was 6, or technically GURPS actually, but either way, my parents had subscriptions for me to both Dungeon Magazine and Dragon Magazine. Dungeon Magazine had a whole bunch of pre-written quests inside of it. There's also tons of books, modern day, if you're playing 5e, like Curse of Strahd and stuff like that have pre-written quests. Run those quests, buy them or find them online if there's free ones. Support independent quest writers on, like DM's Guild and stuff like that. Toss whatever you can to them as like a thank you for the content they provide for you, and use those quests, but don't just do it with like one group. Use the same quests multiple times with different groups, and each time you do so, assuming you can get the different groups right, each time you do so, change the story slightly. That way you kind of get comfortable in your own skin telling the story, deviating from the original pre-written path, and then like as you get further and further along and more comfortable with being in the seat or being the rules lawyer or the person that has all those additional like hats that you have to put on, as you get comfortable with that, progress into get another pre-written story, but use it as like it's more of a guideline, you know what I mean? It's more of suggestions than it is like following it.
It's like the pirate code.
Yeah. And
I'm
then,
very I'm celebrating 421, so I'm super like stonered right now. Why are we talking about this? Someone asked.
Yeah, somebody asked.
Somebody did ask.
And then
oh, never mind. Obviously me. You can share my good advice.
And then finishing
Pods.
that up. It was also after you do the follow the script, then deviate from the script, then kind of go off on your own and see where you're comfortable. You know what I mean? But I think the most important thing to do is to make sure that your players are are comfortable at the table. Not everybody's going to be happy all the time. That's impossible. That's just life. If you've ever worked any job with the public, that's never going to you can't make everybody happy every time. But if everybody's comfortable at the table, that is super important. You don't want to be the one making jokes that makes somebody feel genuinely uncomfortable, or taking the story down a path that makes people genuinely uncomfortable. So I would say that that's a hard lesson to learn, and some people learn it publicly and some people learn it privately, and you don't want to have to do it either way. So all right, cool. We good with the wait, are we smoking? Are we gonna 421 it up together, brother?
Is that what you do?
Is that what we're doing? Are we
I
getting
bought a
is too
bunch of
much.
rocks.
are you like crack?
Well, no, I thought we were gonna like let someone throw them at us. Isn't that how you get stonered?
No.
I thought you stood up like on a big wooden thing that people light on fire, and then the crowd goes, "Boo! Witch!" and they throw rocks at you.
I mean, that's an option.
Actually, you're supposed to be the one in the crowd with the rocks. You're not supposed to be the one getting rocked.
We didn't have any other volunteers to have the stones thrown at them.
Oh, really? Well, that's weird.
We do have
Normally, I go
Rena.
odd.
We do have Rena here, and since I live in, Massachusetts, I do want to point out the Salem witch trials were,
I'm glad you're proud of that.
no, I just want to. I'm not saying I'm proud of it.
Makes sense. You're from Massachusetts. I
Yeah,
get it.
too soon, Wade. Didn't you hear about the
Celebrating your
Salem witch
cultural heritage.
trials?
she's a witcher, and
I'm not gonna throw a rock at Rena. She'll kick my ass.
I mean that's true.
She beat Dark Souls in 5 minutes. She wears the skin of her enemies.
Yeah, I do.
I can't wait till her grandchildren are like noobs, as she still hasn't beaten it.
Fuck
Look at
you.
this boomer game
Okay. Where's your W?
for
you
Dark
win?
Souls.
Yeah, did you beat it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the first one.
Where's that?
I never played the sequels.
Oh, so you haven't even played the same game that I'm playing.
Actually, I never played.
Do you
I
even
never
know
played
that there's
Souls.
multiple Dark Souls games?
There are
I
three
need
of
you
them.
to list
There are
every
three of them.
character in Dark Souls, starting with the first
You
one.
guys
going
are
through.
all
I
funny. You
played
think those
Pyromancer.
games are hard? Try this shit.
Yep.
How's it going,
See,
Wade?
pro gamer over here.
Try this. You guys want to see pro moves?
Mhm.
Get to Scar legit.
Scarlet Jet. Who's that?
Ever seen the fucking Lion King?
Scarlet Jet.
Get to Scar.
Great Goomy, that'd be
legit.
sick.
Oh, legit.
Of like
Oh,
monsters.
I'm sorry.
Like,
Oh,
dude, are you
it's
not
lit, fam.
hip with the modern
Yeah.
lingo, bruh?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Kombucha.
Avocado.
Kombucha?
Yes,
Oh
man.
my god.
All right.
There was no
We're talking
tad
about
bitch. Oh, you're banned.
kombucha?
Hold on, I gotta ban somebody.
How many rewinds?
Obviously,
did
shut
you
the
use?
fuck up.
How many rewinds?
You don't even know what that means, Scott.
How many rewinds did you use, Wade?
None. But I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
How many now? Can you count it on 10 fingers and toes?
I can't even count it on 10 hands.
Nice.
I made a whole song rewinding.
Oh God. Coffee went down the wrong way.
Oh god.
Oh, it's extra bitter.
Instead of coffee, now you got chokey. Thank you, guys.
Oh boy.
It's funny.
Okay, shall we play our
man.
game? Shall we play our game today?
Yeah, we've wasted 36 minutes per usual. Let's do it.
I mean, to be fair, the opening part was my daughter being cute as hell. Talking about how
I said what I said.
she lost a tooth. So, by the way, I think I have to go to a 24-hour CVS after the stream ends, because Brittany wouldn't tell me because she didn't want to tell me what happened because she wanted it to be a surprise for me from Rory when I got home from work. But she's like, "Do you have any cash on you?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, I don't either. Can you get cash?"
Do
I
you
was
need
like, "Why?"
cash now?
No,
Call
no, no.
JG Wentworth for cash now.
877
877 cash now.
So listen, I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll grab some on the way home." So I stopped by an ATM and grabbed a 20. And so I come home and I have a 20. You don't leave.
That's how that works.
You don't put a 20 for a tooth.
Hey,
Like-
bro, listen.
If you
she's,
value your daughter, inflation, dude. The tooth's worth more than it was back in the day.
$20.
Hey,
for
listen,
a
she's a
tooth?
Zoomer, bro.
Cost
You
of
can probably
living's
just
gone
like
up.
send her something on Venmo
Just
or
Venmo
like,
it,
Apple
yeah.
Pay.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know what it costs to
Yeah.
remove a tooth? You're lucky she did it for you for free.
Tooth Fairy uses Venmo now, I've heard.
She saved you at least
So.
$600 by just having it spit out.
Look, MS knows what I'm talking about. Look at like $20 for a tooth. That's crazy. Like I don't want no. That's too much. So I'm gonna have to go to CVS after this. Spend about $19 on ice
What are you
cream.
talking about? Just
So she
tear
can-
your 20 in half. Fucking pansy. I got $10.
You could
Easy.
split
Yeah,
it.
big brain.
Split
Come
it.
on.
When she loses her second one, give her the other one.
You
Yeah,
see
the
what
other
I
half.
was gonna
You
say,
see what
or you could put a bunch of
Unfunny's
string in her
saying?
mouth and just yank out some more and put them under the pillow. Then you're just paying for all of them at once.
She did actually already say tonight, "I'm so excited I'm getting money. Can I lose some more teeth soon so I can get
Help
some
her.
more?" And I
Like,
was
She
like,
has something she
like,
wants to
boom.
buy. You know, give her the 20,
I
Dad.
was like, "What the hell do you want to
Come on.
buy?" She's like, "A stuffed animal." And I was
There
like,
you go.
those
It's a
cost?
Squishmallow. Let her get
$20
it.
isn't gonna buy you a little tiny like keychain size stuffed animal anymore.
I mean, I don't know. Go to Target. You get stuffed animals cheap at Target. She's like, "I want that Costco bear." You know what I'm talking about. I want that Costco bear. Anyways.
Yeah, the giant one.
Yeah, that's the Costco bear. Yeah.
Yeah, Unfunny one's right. Get a PS5. Just put it under her pillow.
Mhm.
She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know what that is. She watched me
That's
play
called bad
Halo.
parenting,
She watched me
Scott.
play Halo
Yeah, that's-
1 the
that's
other day, and she
uncultured
thought it was
parenting.
amazing. Like, and I mean Halo 1 on like my 360. She was like, "What
I don't
is
think
this
it was
game?"
out on the 360. I think it came out in the original Xbox.
It did, but I
actually.
have it for the 360.
Mhm.
I have the remastered, whatever edition for the 360.
Are you bragging about something you have that's 20 years old?
No, I'm not
I have
bragging.
the
I'm saying I have
remastered
it.
PlayStation 2 edition.
I'm explaining why it's compatible with the system. I'm not bragging.
I actually bought Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for the Intellivision.
I actually do have Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
For the Intellivision.
I mean, no, I have the books.
It's in color now.
The pictures on the inside aren't, but the cover.
I got a paint by numbers that came with the numbers.
That's on her ABC mouse. You paint by numbers.
So last time,
Wait, actually, could you give
On
us the
Survivor.
recap? Could you give us the recap?
what happened? We bundled, we hundled, we looked for some grundle, then we left the house and we're in pursuit. Oh my, a toot. And that's where we're at.
I bragged about my original Nintendo, Josh, not about the 360, to be clear. Nothing to brag about a 360, but I got an OG Nintendo. Who wants to give us
You're
the
only
recap?
cool if you're only cool if you have the Super NES and the entertainment system. All right.
Please, Eris, please don't trigger Messi today. Give us one. We just need one session. We just need one.
I mean, to be fair, he's still triggered. I mean,
Never mind, I guess.
he's from Florida. He's dealing with gates. It's a constant trigger. So
My
you,
goal in this campaign is to have one full episode where Messi gets to play Imber, who's not farting out liquid or forgetting who he is or summoning werewolves.
Not how he built his character.
No, Steve. Don't make me
Jesus
ban you.
God, please don't talk again.
Why?
You were loud.
Oh, is that loud? I can turn down my
No, you're fine normally. It's just whenever you ate your microphone,
Oh.
you were in my head worse than like my conscience.
Yeah, like that TikTok, Scott, the one I sent you and said this you.
No, that
Remember? It's 100% you.
No, it's look.
Why
My
don't we,
microphone is about as far away as Pat's is. Look, there's no
Why don't we
far-
let chat do
You are
the
one dick away.
do the recap?
I'm opening Pokemon cards.
I mean,
'cause-
this would be a small dick. you
Wait,
know?
can I watch?
No.
Yeah, I just pulled this.
a small dick.
Yo, nice.
I want to see it
Nice
live.
segue.
I don't know what that is.
It's called a
It's a
Pokemon
piece-
card.
it's a
I got
piece of-
this. I ordered food and it came with an extra napkin I haven't used.
It's a piece of cardboard with shiny bits on it.
Mine's made of trees too.
I mean, I saw her.
All right, chat. Do the replay.
It's got
What
little
is it?
flower patterns on it.
recap?
Can you see?
The
Oh,
recap.
now I can
Chat, do
see
the
it.
recap.
Yeah, it's too far away.
Little diamonds with little diamonds in there. It's like little chocolate boxes, but there's no chocolate yet. But if I eat chocolate, I
Awesome.
can smear it. I can eat it again later.
Those are like the
Go ahead,
fancy
chat.
napkins, yeah.
Whenever you're ready, chat. Take it away.
Josh, Josh, do you want to come do the recap for everybody?
People are saying
Yeah.
you're quiet, Scott.
It's weird that they're saying I'm quiet when you guys are saying I'm loud.
No, you were fine. You're a
You
little
were
quiet
loud
now.
when you yelled
You
in
were
your
loud
microphone.
when your microphone was in
didn't,
your mouth.
I didn't adjust anything. I didn't play with my gain or anything. So I don't know if I was quiet before,
Well, then you
or
broke
after.
your mic by being yourself.
but that's what the genie told me to be.
Yeah, when he lied.
Oh,
The genie?
be
The djinn?
yourself. Yeah.
I think he told you to bzz off.
Okay,
Jeans are evil.
I have notes.
Okay.
And they're not very many notes because we didn't do much.
The Witcher.
The Nyx attacked us
Oh, that's right.
on our way to the orphanage
Oh my God.
to try and find Lady
Oh my God.
Grundle.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The first time that Talia has used Yurden, which was pretty sick. Runes appear around her
She had a
and
bunch of
fell
coffee.
into the ground.
She had to Yurden.
Fell into the ground and slowed down the Nyx. So like 3 of them were caught in that. The other 4 elsewhere. Poor Dorian got knocked off his horse by some unforeseen force we won't talk about. So he gets knocked off his horse. Italian and Bear yeeted away and then realized, oh shit, they aren't
Do your
following
notes
us.
say yeet?
Yeah, that says right here, yeeted away.
Yeeted the
Yeah.
fetus.
Yeeted away. I crossed that part out, Pat. Sorry. Had to.
okay.
I can't read that on TOS. But anyway, and then Durba's just fleeing a bit slower than everyone else, but that's okay. Takes his time.
I
He's
was
back there with
ahead
Dorian.
of, I was ahead of Dorian. I got a tiny pony.
He stayed
Got
on.
little
He stayed on
legs.
the horse. He stayed on his
Got little legs.
yeah, on his short bit. Right. That's what his horse's
Short
name
bit,
is.
Don't
Short
want to
bit.
urinate
Yep,
on
yep.
anyone else.
And so then Dorian enthralled 3 of them, which totally helped because then it kind of gave him enough time to escape while they were so enthralled with him. They didn't attack. The remaining ones were caught in Yurden, and then at that point they were kind of like it's not worth it anymore. And we managed to escape, and we're walking up to the church, and that's literally all that we did. Because I think the
August.
time before that is when we were in the cellar, unless that was last time. We
Somehow I
found
completely
the
blocked that
cursed
entire
cursed-
section out.
jars.
Yep.
Yeah. Was that last time?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
and,
then.
and the blood.
Oh, the blood.
blood.
The blood.
The blood of the innocents.
Of the monsters.
And I believe we literally ended with after you investigated the blood and the jars, you had just enough time to go.
No, we ended after that attack that I just described.
Yes, after all that, you have enough time to do the travel to go all the way back to. I think we were starting with you guys walking up to knock where the kids are. Yep. Exactly. Hey, Messy, quick question. Gamer Mom in chat was asking if this is like playing D&D or similar to playing D&D. What do you think?
If what is like playing D&D?
What's going on here?
No.
Oh
No.
It's not.
No.
What's so different?
We haven't done anything.
Normally, when you play D&D, it involves rolling and playing. We podcast
Rena rolled.
and occasionally roll a dice.
Well, Rena rolled. She rolled 2 strength checks to make sure
that was an hour ago.
Yeah, I did. I did them very well,
It's not
actually.
it's not time stamped.
Point out.
It's not time stamped. So just say.
Doesn't have to be. Some of us know how
Right,
to read
we're
a
not
clock.
broadcasting live onto the interweb.
So.
Anyway, the only important things from the cellar of Lady Grundle's house were the jars, the cursed jars that I thought were empty. They definitely weren't empty. The pool of blood, like we said, that is not human blood, but we don't know whose blood it is. But definitely looks like a torture chamber down there. We have a pretty strong inclination that she kidnaps children, takes them to this weird cellar, and does something to them, and helps them to find a better home. I think honestly that's it. Literally,
they go to a better place.
They go to a better place, and Imber still doesn't know who the hell he is and who the hell we are, but he's here. He's here.
Who are you?
I want like a clip of Rita saying, "It helps them to a better home."
A better home.
Like you can imagine that punctuating so
a
many.
better place.
It's usually where it cuts to like in the horror movie what's actually happening while like the happy like music's playing.
The more you know.
I know.
I remember you.
The explaining. Sorry. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's really it. That's all we did. So we walk up to the church. And Bear is still confused. Dorian, would you like to knock? Or I can do it. That's fine. I know you got a thing
slap
about
the door.
doors. Yeah, it also works.
So you try to slap the door, but unfortunately your hands are so small, nobody can hear it. Not even you.
Not true.
Let me see your hands.
Why? What's wrong with my hands?
Luffy doesn't want to show his hands, Scott.
Yeah,
My
it's
hand
weird.
is huge.
That's a weird
look
request.
at how big my hand is.
Oh,
Bigger than my face. About as big as my face.
wow.
Problem is, my other hand is very tiny.
And jaundiced as a Twinkie.
Oh, the boots. You can use the boot. Yeah.
I think Messy's just bouncing a bunch. Somebody said your camera's unstable. I think he's having restless leg syndrome right now. It's causing his desk to
He's listening to
bounce.
heavy metal instead of us.
It's like,
It's light metal. He's listening to some light metal.
Actually,
it's just, where are you?
I tried to shake my desk to show that,
I'm
but
so sorry.
my monitors and everything are shaking, but my camera is actually holding perfectly still. It's actually impressive how still it is. I won't lie.
Even me shaking my desk doesn't move. I can. There you go.
There, that's the knock on the door.
From here.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
So we've approached the church, right? Do you want me to just knock the door in? Do you find it urgent enough that you want me to knock
I
it
think
in?
she meant
It's
like
the-
knock.
Just
not
like regular
Is this an
knocking. No, I'm
orphanage?
just saying. No, and it's late at night too. This is the evening. So
Why do you want me to knock on the door? Why would
I
you
don't
not
know.
knock on
I was just saying, Dorian.
You're a
got
knocker.
thing about doors. It was just a joke. I was just kidding. I'll knock on the
Oh,
door.
Do you want to
I
point
mean,
out?
I have one way to knock on a door, and it's to use the boots that Scott allowed me to use.
yeah.
These boots were made for knocking.
For door kicking.
That's just what they'll do.
Yeah.
These
If
boots
you're just
are
gonna walk up
made
to it
for
and knock on the door, I'm not gonna.
I'll
not gonna kick
knock
in
on
the
the door. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I knock on the door.
Okay, so
'Cause
we're
we're
not.
at- We are at the orphanage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Si, senor. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to break open their door.
Okay. And then all the demons stole the children. We didn't have a door. So anyways, you gotta find employment somewhere, Rena. So you go and you knock on the door, and it's one of those things where almost a minute passes to the point where you knock a second time, and then finally someone comes over and opens the door and says, "Oh, hello. You didn't need to knock. Come in."
We walk in.
And you guys.
Sorry, it was late. I just assumed.
No. It's fine. This is a place of refuge. Besides, the children aren't quite in bed yet. When the children go to bed, then we lock the doors for security. But come in. Oh, it's you lot. He says, kind of like as all of you are walking in, and he comes to recognize. Says, surprised to see you again. Do you have more questions or?
Actually, wondering if, by chance, you've seen Lady Grundle come by.
I have seen Lady Grundle come by many times.
I mean, today.
Oh, no, I did not. No, I didn't.
Peace.
We were to meet back up with her and can't seem to find her anywhere. Just kind of retracing our steps here.
Is there something I should be concerned about with the attack that happened at her home recently, and the fact that a witcher is going out of her way to find Lady Grundle? There's nothing to be concerned about, is there? There's no foulness or the like afoot or any.
Who's our best liar?
Hi.
Maybe I look to
Or
Dorian.
truther. I guess we can just tell the truth. Well, the children might be being turned into jars of liquid, or they might be having curses put on them or removed.
Well, we don't know what the
Also
liquid
cheating
is,
at
though,
this.
right?
Courage.
Which liquid are you referring to?
The liquid we found in her house.
No. You mean the blood, the mix-up blood one?
The one in the
We
basement.
knew that one was
Yeah,
a beastie boy.
You just knew that was blood that wasn't human.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't know for sure what it was. What did he say? Sorry, can you just repeat?
Did you have any other questions? Is there a reason to be concerned along those
Is there
lines?
something to be scared? Like, basically, should he be nervous because of all the
Gotcha,
stuff
right,
that's happening
right,
with
right.
Grundle?
Dorian would speak up, just like, no, we're just trying to locate her right now. Our friend here has seemed to have forgotten who he is. We think it might be a curse, and we're trying to look for her to see if she could help us. I imagine that's a deception.
I mean,
It's not really a deception.
really,
I mean, it is
yeah.
kind of true.
I mean,
but
honestly, I'd leave that one alone. That wasn't anything shady
Okay.
about that. Yeah.
Wow, well played.
Yeah. So he goes, well, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to assist you right now, she's not here. At least not that I've seen, unless she's come in the back way or the like. So perhaps did you need to look around and see for yourself? It's only myself, a couple of the ladies, and then the children here right now. I'm sure everything's safe.
Dorian would probably look to Atalia like, you go ahead, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I would just say Dorian would speak up. I'll stay here and watch over our friend. Did Ember even come in with us?
I
Or is he
imagine-
kind of?
I imagine everybody stepped in, right? Yeah. He would actually say, oh, I wasn't offering for all to go. No offense, tromping about. It is late, as you had previously said, and this chamber is open to all, but not all throughout. And is there a concern or something that we should be looking for, Witcher? Or he just kind of like leaves it open, like.
If you don't mind, I'd have a look. I'd like to have a look around. It's more for investigation purposes. It's possible that the curse may have come from something. Kind of just covering my bases here as we're trying to find Lady Grundle.
Again, I have to ask. No ill has befallen her, correct? She is frail and old.
None that I am aware of. No.
Then let us start with walking the perimeter. I was about to do so anyways, prepared to, like I said, lock up for the evening, walking about and making sure that everything is secure. Would you mind walking the grounds with me?
She'll nod.
Okay. So he'll kind of walk about and do walk the grounds with you. This isn't a quick thing. It's not like he's like, oh, everything's good. Go right back inside. He's like, oh, okay, well, this is left out over here. Okay, let's lock this up over here. Oh, let's go over to the tool shed over here and lock that up. Things like he's actually doing like groundskeeper kind of work, as the person that oversees this church, right? So where the children are staying at, especially. So Rena, while you're walking around with him, I mean, he'll make idle small talk with you, but is there any degree of directed speech that you want to have with him?
Yeah, like as we kind of make our way towards the back of the building, like as he's cleaning up, and I'll be keeping an eye out and everything. But as we make our way to the back of the building, I'll just kind of say, so you mentioned there's a back entrance as well. Do you always check that every evening?
Yes, of course. I mean, the back entrance is usually locked. It's locked on the daily and throughout the day because, you don't want anything finding its way in or, God forbid, out. Times are rough, as they tend to be, and even the most innocent people might be tempted. We don't want to see that. Lashings for a quick lapse of judgment. It seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? They do say locks only keep honest people honest, so...
What is it you're trying to keep in?
This is, a place we accept donations and the like. So there is usually a bit of coin about, as well as food and things of that nature. Thieves will take whatever they can make money off of, especially if it's money itself.
She'll continue walking around, but as I, if we're around that area, I definitely want to just kind of check things out. I don't know if that's like investigation here, just to see if I can, or survival.
Absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and roll an investigation check?
Okay.
That's actually a pretty damn good check. Rena, did you want to modify that any further? Or
That's
are you
321s in a row, by the way?
That is three. You know what, Rena? I just want to say that while you're investigating around, this was given last week by Vigno Thunder. So why don't we just go ahead and click it right now, just for funsies. That's a 5. That's a Vermilion. How many options are there in Vermilion, Rena? If you have the thing open.
Well, there's the gym where you can get the Thunder badge. There's the Pokemon fan club. There's usually...
Don't worry,
There's
chat.
normally the SS Ann as well, and there's normally
like
a giant
11 different
Snorlax
options,
that
but...
blocks.
I muted him too. Don't worry about it.
There's like a little Machop like stomping the ground.
That's actually a
Jenny
Machoke.
in the middle.
It's a Machoke, not a Machop. It's actually very. You also get your first old rod there.
It's
Ooh,
like
Wolfsbane would be
whack-a-mole.
nice.
It's like playing goddamn whack-a-mole.
There's also Fisherman there.
2,
If you're letting me
4,
choose.
6, 8, 10. There's 11 of them. We'll ignore the last one, and why don't you choose somebody in chat to roll a D10? I think D10's an option.
Kind of a weird gym, though.
Here's
Ooh,
a dig through trash cans.
honking goose.
Jonk.
Sorry, Messy spoke. I had to punish him for stepping out of line.
Happens to the best of us.
Messy, why does Zoom not like
if you
your
could roll
microphone,
a
Scott?
D10, exclamation point D10, is that right?
Correct. Exclamation
If it's
point
here.
D10. That's all it is. It should be there. Oh, we'll find out. Anyways,
Served
Rena,
in the war.
back to you. Oh, a 4 out of 10. Cool. That's we'll say it's Wolfsbane. You found Wolfsbane back there.
Just one?
Yeah, you actually found one Wolfsbane back there.
Cool.
Horse,
Okay.
bro.
Is that a weird thing to find at an orphanage?
No, it's because you think about it, you're outside. It's not an orphanage, right? You're outside the church.
It's a plant.
Yeah, so you find a plant kind of growing out back or whatever. So when you're walking around looking at things, Rena, I asked you before, but then we kind of joked for a bit. Did you want to modify your 21 to make it any higher? Or do you just want to stick
How
with the
much
21?
luck do we have?
Probably a lot, but there's only one way to find out.
Okay. Well, let's. My iPad's in the way.
womp
Oh,
womp.
of course it is.
So
And
you
now
still,
she's back.
you still have 6 luck dice. So, all right, cool.
Perfect.
And of course, chat will end up giving you guys more luck and whatnot as we go, because they screwed messy. Back to the game. So you,
You're good, Yonking Goose. Thank you.
you went looking around in the area doing a bit of an investigation, and they're kind of speaking at you and whatnot. It's actually most of the time, my apologies, actually, let me ask you this, Rena. Are you openly investigating? My apologies, let me take this back a step. You're clearly openly looking at things as you're walking around with them. That's obvious.
Yeah.
We could all picture that in our mind's eye, walking around the perimeter of the building, the other small little outcroppings and buildings like the shed and whatnot nearby. You're clearly checking things out. But are you also doing that extra fine search, like trying to be discreet about it, or are you super overt across the board?
I imagine she's pretty overt. Like she told him why she was here, just covering her bases. So if she's a little bit overly thorough, that shouldn't come as a surprise.
So it's
in
not-
her mind.
It's not one of those things where you wait until he turns to go lock that thing over there to lift the vase looking this direction. You just do everything open in front of him.
I imagine she wouldn't think about it. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Nope, that's perfectly fine. So as you go walking around and doing pretty intense investigation, trying to look stuff about, one of the things that you kind of go and he goes, oh, let me go lock up the shed over there, and you actually go to peek inside, and he's like, oh, no, you don't need to look in there. There's it's just a bunch of tools and old supplies, and he would go shut the door to lock it up as it is. Now, unless she presses the issue, he would just go to lock the door right there. And
Which she might, I think. Maybe she'd stop the door and just say, though it's been open all day, aren't you sure you don't want to check?
he goes, the only thing that ever seems to find its way inside of here is this one damned gopher. We've already placed a whole bunch of gravel at the bottom of the thing, he says, kind of kicking some of the stones, like opening it a bit more and kicking some of the stones further. But somehow the gopher always finds its way in. Well, we'll either stop it one day or we'll end up having it for lunch. But for now, the war with the gopher continues. But no concerns. And then he goes to shut the door again.
I imagine she had like stopped it, like with her hand, like,
Mhm.
Maybe she wouldn't move if he goes to close it again. She might just continue standing there. It might even be a little bit awkward for like a second, like a weird pause. And she might look at him and then look back and just, say, just to be sure. I told you I'm covering my bases.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to go in there and look if you'd like. I don't think it's entirely necessary, though, but you're welcome to.
I will look in the shed. How big is this shed?
I mean, it's not crazy large, but it's definitely something that, like, I'm trying to put this in, trying to describe, like,
Kill room sized.
so, what? No, if you can imagine, like, the width of it is probably about 6 feet wide, and the depth is probably about
6 feet deep. Kill room sized.
the depth is in walking from the front to the back. It's probably about 9
Sports
feet.
center.
Going about 9 feet back, and the ceiling. The ceiling is high enough that that most people could walk in there, but Wade would probably whack his head across along the support beams. So it's not like super tall either. But it's a decent sized thing in there, and there's shelves up there and whatnot that are designed to like hold a whole bunch of supplies. So you can of course go in, and there's several objects that kind of immediately in the way as you go in. So that you kind of have to like move something out of the way. It looks like have you ever seen, Rena, old lawnmowers? What they looked like?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like the spinning thing. You know what I'm talking about? Cool. So
Big metal, like, yeah.
so there's like one of those right there in the way. So immediately when you walk in, granted, Atelier is very strong. So Atelier kind of like picks the thing up and moves it to the side, and
She
then
can
goes-
lift a lawnmower?
Bro.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Please continue.
I lift the lawnmower and move it to the side.
you move it to the side, and you're able to go in there, and Don't make her roll for it. Rita, could you actually roll me a strength check to make sure you can lift that lawnmower without problems?
Can we get some sheeshes and chapters?
Thanks, son, funny one.
Don't worry, you could trump card his campaign if you'd like. Oh, wait. It's a bit of a struggle to
Bro,
pick
he
up
was
the
gonna
lawn.
let me. He was gonna let me lift it. Why'd you have to say that? He said, "Don't say
That thing
anything."
weighs like 10 pounds.
Yep. So you go, you try to lift the lawnmower.
Maybe
and
it's stuck on something.
It's a bit of a struggle, and you realize it, and all of a sudden, and so he was like taking a step to walk away, and then he stops. He's like, "Are you okay?" And you realize it's like stuck on a shelf, like where it was hanging there, and it was one of those like, ugh, and you pull it away, and you end up like causing a shelf to have a bit of a lean afterwards, and you move it to the side. Do you even verbally respond?
Nope.
Okay. You just walk in.
Silently set it to the side and walk in the shed.
So you go
Break
in the
it, kick it, dude. Just destroy it.
shed to start looking around. So you go into the shed to start looking around, and as you're walking to the back of the shed, you happen to notice that, like kind of like looking around, you see there's all sorts of stuff that's inside there. You can see there's what are they called? Just like various tools for again maintaining the lawn. You can see like hammers and mallets and chisels and whatnot. You can imagine for maintaining the masonry
Torture.
around the building, the masonry around the building. Saws and whatnot for things like maintaining the foliage.
Is there a
to see if
tricycle
people
with a
wanna-
little doll on it?
See if people want to play any games.
Large snips. Again, all sorts of stuff you can imagine would be inside of this. It's actually one of those things you look about and there's nothing interesting. And then as you like walk to the back, you don't see anything interesting. Eventually, like you turn to walk back out and you kick something. You hear a bit of a jingle, and it catches your attention.
Santa.
So you walk back and you look down and try to see what it is. And again, your Witcher eyes are able to see in dimmer light much better. And you realize it looks like it's a pair of manacles down there. So you reach down to pick them up, to like check them out. And you realize there are manacles down there, but they seem to be chains to the back of as the door shuts behind you.
Oh, cold yeah. Okay.
And you hear the clicking of the door inside there locking.
Kick it down.
Cool. Yeah, I will go to attack the door.
So you just immediately turn and just like at the door, like.
Well, yeah, just to like force it. I'm gonna have to break a lock here. I'm gonna have to use some momentum.
Or you could put the manacles on and just wait for someone to come in and have a good time. I'd kick the door down.
I might be waiting a while.
She's been chained up once before, and last time there were boobies everywhere. You do remember that, right?
No.
I think you had a fever dream.
No. You guys, you
Okay,
fought
Scott, we all have
No.
weird
No,
thoughts.
it's
but that's
fine.
the
all
Yeah,
right.
vampire.
Okay.
The vampire.
No,
The
it's fine.
vampire.
Whatever
I
you think about, so just stay
understand,
right up
it's
there,
okay,
buddy.
No, the vampire thing.
Whatever
Yeah.
kind
There
of
was-
fantasies you have.
No,
But there was a lot of
Good,
blood
like,
sucking.
Oh, what? No, and then there was the sheet on
Yeah.
the window and the
I'll bet you're
Oh,
looking
yeah.
in the window. Yeah.
No. Don't you guys remember? Chat, back me up on this one.
Mm-mm-mm.
Give
You know,
me
it's
the-
really funny when Scott's voice is it's getting higher pitched when you remember.
When he's
Embarrassed by the boobies.
Mhm.
I'm not embarrassed by the boobies. I eat a lot of ice cream to earn them. Oh, you meant... Never mind.
Anyway,
Well,
I go to attack the door.
um...
What do I roll?
So you immediately, like holding the chains, you hear that, and you immediately just like turn and go to run at the door.
Pretty
and try to
natural
shoulder into it.
reaction. You hear someone try to lock you in someplace to try to get
To
out, I
like
think.
go, to like try to get out. I think so.
Well, it's dark in there, and there's a whole bunch of supplies, and you're trying to make your way over there to kick the door. I'm not going to make you acrobatics, because I imagine you're not literally running.
She's
You're
got
picking
dark
your
vision.
Way through the,
Yeah.
You're picking your way through the room and go to kick the door. It's just a strength check.
Oh God.
Okay.
Let us know in Urena.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty.
Are you happy with it?
You might want to luck it. I don't know, just to make sure you.
Don't look and
Was-
take it.
Who was that?
I take the 15.
Okay, you kick the door, and while definitely you can feel the door rattle beneath the blow of your kick, or your shoulder, or however it is that you hit it, It does not budge.
So you needed a 17.
And
I
you-
just know it.
You hear you hear outside. Oh no. Now you're gonna have to stay in there. I'm sorry.
I would try to attack the door again.
No words. You just hit it again.
Absolutely.
Sure. You're welcome to roll again, but it's one of those things where the door is very well positioned in there. You can try, but make a strength check. This is an amalgamation of you hitting it many times. Okay. You're hitting the door, and unfortunately, after hitting a bunch of times, you can't quite get the angle. It's not opening. So after you've like hit it several times, and he waits for you to kind of like slow down and reanalyze the situation, he says, "Again, you don't want to do that. You're gonna have to stay in there for a bit. I'm sorry about this."
Why exactly should I stay in here?
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, you're interfering with things.
What things?
Well, pay no mind, Witcher. Just understands that it'll all be over soon.
Things you never want to hear while being locked into a dungeon.
Hmm.
Didn't even give you the safe word.
No.
Is this not like a wooden door?
No.
That was a metal door. I believe that's how Scott described it when he opened it. Apologies.
So he says, I'll let you out soon enough. You just stay there for a bit, okay? And then he's going to walk away. So you guys have been waiting inside the church for some time. It's not like it's been a crazy amount of time, but definitely like, a good 15 minutes or so. And then the priest comes walking back in and says, you lots, I hope you've been comfortable. Listen, we're almost done checking the grounds. If you don't mind waiting here just a bit longer, we're about to come back in. And we'll go walking through the inside if you don't mind. I just needed to go and grab something real quick. Excuse me, he says as he goes walking past you.
Dorian would interject and just say, "Where is the Witcher? She was not with you, no?"
She was, of course. She was. We went out searching together, indeed. She's actually just off checking out something at the side. She saw an herb that seemed to be of some degree of interest. She'll be returning in a moment when I come back. Just excuse me for a second.
Can I run insight to see if I believe him?
Yeah, of course you can roll insight. Why,
lucky
hello,
butt.
Gem Squad.
Malu.
With your 15, you actually are. I mean, it doesn't seem off that the Witcher would go off and find an herb. There's no reason for you to have any suspicion in this matter, and they're not giving any overt signs that you pick up. So, even obviously in the meta, if you know anything. So,
That's fine.
So he says. So he goes walking further into the church. He's in there for like a minute, and then he comes walking back out and says, be back in just a bit. Stay nice and comfortable. If you're hungry, there is I could have a snack brought over for you, but I imagine you're fine just sitting here for a few.
Talking to all of us or just me?
Either the group of you.
Dorian would agree. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Did we find it a little strange? I mean, I guess it was only a minute. I guess
Yeah.
it's not that strange.
He says, I'll be back. Sorry. And he is going to step back outside. He shuts the door behind him. Rena, you hear well, what were you doing in the interim?
Okay, so can you the walls of this shed are all wooden though. You said the door wasn't, or I'm sorry, can you describe that again?
Nope, it's perfectly fine. So the ground, the building itself is made out of. Remember before when I originally described this town here, it was a mixture of wood and stone for the various buildings around. Obviously, the finer
okay.
buildings are made out of stone. So
Uh-huh.
this shed itself is aligned with stone, same to match the building over there. But the roof obviously wouldn't be. The roof would be made out of wood. So hey, if you wanted to burn the roof down, you're good there. The door itself is made out of wood, has iron bands and everything on it to reinforce it. So. It's not like this is some impervious door, but it's certainly very strong, very well held. That's all you're able to pick up for now.
I think I'm gonna ignite the door then and try to hit it again after it's burned some
Sure.
to try to weaken it. Basically, that's where my thought process is going here.
So you try to ignite the door. And as you try to ignite the door, you gotta roll damage because you can't. You can't modify yet. So you're just gonna roll the damage for the ignite. Go right ahead.
I think it's 2d6. Is that what
I think it's
it is?
2d8 actually, or maybe
Or
even
2d8.
3d8. Might be 2d8.
I think it's only 2d8.
Hey,
Sorry,
remember how
I gotta...
remember how you didn't remind me during the after show to put on your character?
Yeah, I remember that. We talked about something else, so it's fine. It's 2d8. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually go billowing a whole bunch of fire at the door. When you do so, I want you to go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. Are you
Shoot
happy
it on
with
that 4.
Are you happy with that 18, or do you want to modify it?
I'm good with 18.
Okay. So one of the things that you notice is that clearly the door is burning. There's no getting around that. You can smell the burning wood. You can see the singeing. You can see the crackling. You see the wood is actually going to catch the embers and whatnot afterwards, after the flame stops. But you can also tell that it seems like this door is more resistant to the fire than you would have otherwise expected. I don't know. It seems like it's holding back. Like there might be some sort of magical seal on it. To make it so the fire isn't looking quite as heavy as you would expected. As a matter of fact, looking at this, it gives you kind of an idea. Why don't you go ahead and roll one more strength check to see if you can hit the door open.
That was weird. Like, didn't roll.
Rolling off of that Arcana check that you had beforehand, you can actually tell, no, hitting this door the way that you are, as hard as you're hitting it, and it reacting very, very lightly, you think there's some sort of spell on this door to reinforce it. It doesn't look like the heaviest door in the world. Sure, well made, but it looks like it's been reinforced somehow. Whether that spell was on there before or afterwards, you're not sure. Bringing your medallion closer to bear, it's vibrating.
Okay. Then I'd probably turn my attention towards the roof because I imagine they just had this on the door. But the problem is getting up there. I don't know if I can use the shelves to.
No. Remember, it's low
not very
enough
tall,
that Wade would whack his head on a crossbeam. Yeah.
That's right. You said there's cross beams, so.
Yep.
It's still pretty tall. For the record, you guys are kind of underselling me a little bit.
With some of the tools in the shed here, I'm wondering if I can try to one, climb up kind of on the beam or whatever, or reach up and try to loosen some of the wood panels, I guess.
So not with Igni. Absolutely, yeah. So
no, because I'm not trying to burn this on top
like
of
a
myself
blunt tool,
here.
like a hammer or a Daleric or something.
I can be rather blunt, and I am
Probably
kind of a tool.
Daleric.
So I'll
Thanks, guys.
accept it.
Thank you for.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I'll be here.
There's
The good
definitely
old knee slap.
I had mentioned there's lots of tools in here, like chisels and hammers and mallets and all that stuff. I had mentioned that beforehand. And Rena, honestly, you could climb up there if you wanted to, or you could even just stand on some of the objects that are inside here because it is a full shed. So
Right.
you absolutely could if you wanted to. So you go and
Yeah.
you balance on something and start trying to more or less smash open shingles.
Or pry them open.
Sure.
That's what I'm kind of saying.
So kind of like grab a crowbar and literally try to
Yeah.
But from the inside. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because if I can get like 1 or 2 out, then I could,
I'm gonna have you make a relatively simple acrobatics check to balance yourself while doing this. If you succeed, you don't have disadvantage on what you're trying to do. Yep, you easily beat that. Why don't you go ahead and roll your strength check to try to pry it open? But because you're using a crowbar, you're going to have advantage on it. You roll a high enough investigation, you just find the item, no problem. Are you satisfied with that 19, or do you want to modify it?
How many do we have? 6 still?
A bunch.
Yeah, it was like at least 1 is gonna get me to 20, so.
Sure. So with that 20 total, you're actually able to pry open several of the roof shingles with relative ease. I mean, the future ones may be a bit more difficult. Maybe this is just kind of a bit of a rotted area. Who knows? But you're able to pry out enough of them with relative ease. Few enough that you're not going to be able to just straight up wiggle out quite just yet. But definitely enough you can get an arm out and whatnot. You have an opening there, and it would have even more leverage with trying to remove the others away at this point. But it's also at this point where you hear at the door, you hear, what are you doing? Are you ripping? Oh, damn it. I just need you to stay in there a bit. I told you it's almost over, Witcher. And there, you're gonna, I suppose no check, because yeah, you're looking through the roof. No check. Do you respond at all, or do you just wait, or what do you do?
Yeah, I'd respond. I'd say, what's so important that you'd need to lock me in a shed? If it's only, taking so long. So little time.
I told you, been a little bit. There's problems going on around here, Witcher, and we're just trying to fix the problems. That's all it is. We're just trying to fix the problems. You opened a hole in the roof. I guess waste not, want not. And he's actually. I'm gonna have to roll this one because it's not exactly he's the most dexterous person in the world. It's a DC 9 I'm trying to hit. Whew, okay. So he ends up taking something that he has with him that he collected from his office before, and he throws it up in the air so it goes through the hole in the roof. Now, Rena, you of course can see this. Your passive perception's high enough that you just happen to notice this flying through the air because there's a bit of a glow to it. I can't describe it any more than it's something small that has a bit of like a pale white glow to it. Mm-hmm. You could either choose to avoid the scenario, or if you want to, you can try to catch it.
I'm not trying to catch it. I don't want to touch that.
Sure. So you just like kind of like stay out
I'd
of the way?
actually am I still inside, or was I looking at him from
So you couldn't even see them? You could see him because you're like looking up through a roof, right?
Oh, so I'm still
and he
inside.
kind of like tossed
Okay.
it up from the ground to land inside the hole that you had opened up.
Okay. I mean, I want to try to get out.
So
that's what I want to do.
So do you not try to catch the object as it falls through?
No.
Okay. So it tosses it and it falls through and into the hole and lands on the ground down below. Do you look down to see what it is? Because obviously you're balancing on something.
I mean, yes.
Okay. So when you look down to see what it is, when it hits the ground, it bounces a couple of times, but not like boing boing. You hear like a thud, almost like because remember it's gravel down there. So actually it barely bounces because it's gravel down there. You can't really bounce much on gravel. So it hits and does like the tiniest little like lift up and it hits again, barely rolls because again the gravel. So you don't really have much for it to roll across, and so you can still see the object. Just like roll underneath an object, which I was going to do, but then remember the gravel. You actually see it's an orb. Of sorts. You can't tell what it's made out of or exactly the finer details about it, but it's an orb that seems to have a bit of a glow to it, a bit of like a pale white glow to it. And as soon as it falls in there, you can immediately feel the medallion vibrating much more strongly than it was beforehand. And you can like feel that medallion glowing. And he says, "All right, just sit tight. It'll be over in just a few minutes' time."
I'm just gonna try to climb out.
So you're gonna climb out or try to break it open more?
I mean, can I fit through the hole that I've created here?
You can try. It's going to be acrobatics at disadvantage.
Mm.
And I just being nice, I'll tell you, if you fail by varying degrees, it's either you just fail or you get stuck.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, then I'll just try to break it open some more. What? Strength check?
That would be strength check with advantage again. So that's 21 again. So, you when you had loosened everything beforehand, you had made it so a couple of the nails that were driving in, like the shingles and the part to the roof that's there, had come a bit loose, and you realized that there's a bit of almost like a slat of wood that most of the shingles are connected to off to the side that you can see. By taking the crowbar and just kind of like hitting the right spots several times over, you're able to cause a ton of the shingles to vibrate and come off. And with one last like smash, you get the whole part of the roof to come flying down. And he's like, no, stop. Ah, damn it. And he goes, well, I suppose you start climbing out. Roll me athletics. This is an easy check, but athletics.
It's an easy check.
Yep, no, that's easy. So,
Okay, cool.
I should have asked, do you want to luck first?
No, I'm good.
You're easily able to kind of climb up there, like I said, the shelves and whatnot. Now that you actually have a lip to the roof right there, you grab onto the lip, use the shelves to support your weight. You make a mess down below, but honestly, do you really care? You get to the roof, and it's not like it's a crazy tall, so it's easy to jump down. Even somebody short like Josh could jump down from here, probably without getting hurt. There's nails on the ground, so he'd probably get hurt. He's Josh. Otherwise, you land on the ground on the other side. No checks needed. And roll me a perception check as you do so.
Do we hear any of this, like, shouting or commotion?
You're inside of a thick
I'm
stone
sure it's
building
so
on the far
far
side.
away from where we are.
It's like a half day's travel.
Just wondering.
So
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Half day's travel.
Yeah, it's about 10, 20 feet.
Yeah.
You see, what is it? You see him running around the corner to the front of the building because he had clearly run away while you were smashing that top part. Run around the corner to the front of the building, where you had originally gone in and left earlier.
Do I go from back door? Is the back door right there? I imagine it is.
Yeah, actually, with that perception check, I would say you can see the back door over there. It's a relatively clear and clean path going straight up to it. You know it's locked, but you also get momentum running.
I'll break in the back door.
Is that the plan?
Yeah.
You go running full speed at the back door to go slamming through it. Why don't you go ahead and make me a strength with advantage? Are you happy with your 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this one's not magically manipulated. So you with your Witcher strength running full speed at this door and just kind of like throwing it, like ducking your head and throwing your shoulder fully into it. It does smash the thing wide open, scaring the absolute shit out of the people on the other side. They were literally in the middle of cleaning up after the dinner or whatever it is they had served earlier, because this is like the back entrance into like the pantry and kitchen area and whatnot that they have down back here. As you there's like plans smatter and things clamor about and so on and so forth. Hey, you guys upstairs, if you have a passive perception of 12 or higher, you absolutely hear a commotion downstairs.
Said perception of 12?
Passive perception of 12 or higher. It's right beneath where your skill checks are.
You guys see any
I
sports
have
lately?
13, so I would hear that.
Okay, and Wade.
Bear doesn't hear it.
Wade.
Yeah, Wade, do you hear that?
Wade.
Give me 1 second. I'm having an issue.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
No, you're good. I'll check for you while you're fixing whatever the problem is. His passive perception is an 11, so actually he wouldn't notice either. It would literally just be Dorian.
Dorian would probably jump up and just be like, "Did you guys hear that?" Knowing that they're probably not paying any attention.
The
I would
door,
just be like,
the front door swings open, and
but I imagine we're sitting like kind of near.
Yep. Front swings open, and the priest opens the door and says, "Oh no, we need to go. We need to go quick."
What's the matter?
the one of the men in the prison. Apparently, he's guilty. He actually is the werewolf, and the Witcher went chasing after him. You're gonna have to go and join her.
Can I run another insight on this guy?
Absolutely, definitely you can.
Would it
I'm
be
not chasing a werewolf.
just normal again?
Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me right now?
We can.
Yes.
Yep.
Would this be another normal?
No.
Or-
Yep. Absolutely normal. Mhm.
Okay.
Are you happy with your 11?
I'm gonna luck that.
You mean luck or lucky? I don't know if you have any lucky.
I'm sorry, I don't have any lucky.
Okay,
I'm
I
just
didn't
gonna
think so.
roll luck.
A normal or enhanced?
Just normal. 13.
13.
My only reason I ask about advantage is because I already kind of questioned that guy,
Yeah, but that was
that was my only.
with a 13, I would actually say that I mean, it's unusual that she would just go chasing without telling you, but it's possible she could have told this guy to tell you. So, I mean, I'm not saying you immediately believe him, like this is definitely the truth, but at the same time, you're not.
I just find it a
immediately
little off.
suspicious. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm here and everything again.
Oh, you're good, Wade. By the way, Wade, did when the Stinky Pinky got ported over to the other game, as was discussed, there was actually a strange engraving on the inside of it too. It was GWB was engraved on the inside of the ring. Weird. Yeah. It was Rena's characters went with it, so it was Great Weapon Bearer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was
stands for
God-forsaken
Bush.
water break.
Wouldn't there be an F in there?
God-forsaken's all one word.
Anywho,
Still quiet, but I can at least hear.
Dorian would find it extremely strange, and just be like, "She's never left without us before." Kind of just almost whispering that to the group. You know, kind of just in a hushed tone where they could hear me. I assume he would probably be able to hear me as well. I'm not really like trying to hide it.
So you said, go ahead.
You said where did he say that this werewolf broke into the house or into the
No, he said it got loose. The one that was over by the prison.
got loose? All right. I would just be like, there was just a loud noise, and kind of pointing towards it. I think we should inspect it. Not like completely ignoring the guy because I already find him kind of sus. I would mainly be talking to Durb and.
You say there's loud noise
Ember.
downstairs.
Yeah.
He goes, oh no, it must already be here. Are you hunting the werewolf or are you fleeing with me?
We fear no werewolf. Our Witcher is nearby.
Well,
We have fought in many beasts before.
then you go face the thing. I'll see if I can go find the Witcher then. And he'll like turn to
No. As he turns to turn away, I would almost try to persuade him. No. This is your establishment. You must join us. It's safer here with us.
Werewolves are Witcher's jobs. I'm gonna go get the
Yeah.
Witcher.
No offense, Dorian, but he's just a man. We should honestly escort him out.
But-
I would almost look at you with intimidating eyes, and you'd probably be able to catch that, even though you and I don't really know each other. No, Ember, he should really stay with us. It's safer.
I think it's safer if we go with him.
Fine, Ember. You escort him away.
All right.
They go
Unless
to go
there's
out
any injured parties you know of, sir.
shakes his head.
Sure, I'll come with you then.
They go to go out the front door, but that was a gap of time from the smashing downstairs. So, Rena, you come smashing through the door, and it's not like it's a clean, easy one. You smash through, you kind of like lose your balance for a bit, kind of hit the wall for a second, scaring the shit out of everybody that's inside there. They drop the pot and the pan that's clamoring and whatnot. People scream or whatever that's down there. They don't really hear the screams because the pots are so loud from smashing about. You know how they all hang up on hooks or whatever. Anyways, what does your character immediately do?
I mean, I get myself together, and then I'm scanning the room for another either staircase that leads upwards, or I imagine this is on lower ground. That's just kind of how I'm picturing it.
Yes.
Cool.
So
Don't know
you
why.
do
some
see a
other
door.
exit. Yeah.
You do see that there's two doors out of here, but again, your character's not dumb, so you can quickly see like, oh, that one's clearly a pantry door, and this one's the door out. So you go rushing out past the door out, and you go rushing by another doorway that's off to your side. You can see that the door that is off to your side in the hallway that you enter into, you can see that it's shut, but again, passive perception for you is high enough that you actually hear like laughter happening inside there. Sounds like young laughter.
I might shoot one of the people in here a look.
Oh,
After having heard that.
I shoot one of them.
No, shoot them like a look, quickly to whoever's most nearby. Because I assume they probably realize that I'm here for something.
You just scare the crap out of them. They're still catching their breath. They don't. You have to imagine, like, even though you say you take a moment to gather yourself, that's much quicker than it is for them because you're a witcher. So
Right.
So I imagine you darted across the room, went through that doorway, saw the other door, and then looked back in right as they're kind of like just getting themselves back together from just being scared shit. Like their hearts are still in their throats. Like,
Yeah, they're like, oh my god. Yeah. I guess whoever's closest is the one that I will look at if I can make eye contact.
Where's Rachel?
Not like that. Oh, weird.
Sorry.
Like, what would I even say in this situation? I wasn't even ready.
No, man.
I mean, I guess I could try the door, which I imagine is locked. You said it was locked too. I could see that.
No,
Or it was just closed.
It was closed, and you heard like young laughter from the other side of it. So did you say anything to the people that you?
I didn't say. I was just kind of waiting for them, I guess, to like catch their breath and like look at me because I imagine they're probably like, "What the hell's going
they're
on?"
definitely looking at you like, "Who the hell is this person?" Giving each other nervous looks as well. To be clear on painting the imagery here, there are two women inside of here that are cleaning up.
It's just the two of them.
They look like they're part
blood.
of the, they look like they're part of the faith, and there's pots and whatnot, like they had made food for the children or the people that were here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd kill him. Probably evil.
That's what Ophios would do.
Oh god, I gotta stop hanging out with Tyler.
Sorry about the door, she'll say.
And the roof.
The roof, that's the shed. That they don't know about that yet. Just the door. You're what? Is he a priest? The guy that we were talking to?
So you say,
or is it just the guy? I'm trying to reference the guy that I was speaking to.
They nod, and one of them kind of mumbles out like, "Yeah."
Your priest just locked me in the shed. Seems to be hiding something. What is in this room? She'll gesture toward that door.
They look at you. They look over your shoulder at the swords. Over your shoulder at the.
Oh yeah, the swords. Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
2 swords.
Oh yeah, the swords sit up on the shoulders of a witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody that might be on camera. And they look.
Yeah,
back
you're
at you
welcome
again.
for letting you borrow those, by the way. I know they're cool. Yeah.
They're a little too small for me, so
Really?
I mean, I sent you the smaller pair because I know how short you are. So.
How did you
I
find
thought those
knives
were-
smaller than butter knives to send him?
I thought those were her daggers.
My beginner blades. When I was a child, that's what I sent him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here, Scott. This is what mine looks like.
Are the dice covering me? I didn't see.
This is here, Scott. I have one you can have here. There you go, buddy.
Oh, there. Yeah, perfect. It's
Little
good.
tiny.
It's good size.
Thanks.
Look, it's all nice and sharp.
Can I be your master?
Oh.
Master sword.
What did
So
I say?
you,
Oh yeah, they're looking at the swords.
So they look at the swords. They look at you, and there's a bit of a nervous look, and they say, "Nothing's in that room." Oh, this is the one person. Sorry, nothing's in that room.
Should she
Punch her in
say
the
to them,
face.
I'm a witcher. I hunt monsters.
Liar! What's in the room?
In her attempt to be reassuring, but it's very flat. Like,
Of course, and it's unfortunately it's kind of like a tone and everything that you've done a million times before. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Nope, I almost did. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Are you happy
not
with your
great.
10, or do you want to super modify that with like a D6?
Imagine
Why are
this
you
is
try-
a high check
Why are you
because
why are
they
you
just
trying to
broke
persuade
in.
them? Why don't you try to
I just-
intimidate them?
No. She's saying I'm a witcher, like
Oh.
convincing them that she's a witcher, as opposed to a person looking for children with the swords.
That's broken with a yeah. I don't want to waste our luck. Not on this. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
We got 2
Take
messies
the
in this
L.
campaign. Okay.
What are they gonna do?
They go. You say I'm a witcher, and they go, "Oh, there's nothing in there. That's the pantry."
I've never heard a pantry that laughs.
It's the
Cut
other one kind of chimes
a
up and
mimic.
says, "Rats! We have rats!" Says the one
Cut 'em.
across the line. It's a really, really bad rats. And you all of a sudden you hear, "Stop it!"
Rats that can speak.
Wait, don't make it weird. It's kids playing.
Yeah, I made it weird.
Wait, don't make it weird.
Rats that can speak, and I go to reach for the door.
You're gonna reach for the door. Clearly scared for their life. The person that's closer to you is like, "Ah!" and, like runs at you to go to like tackle you.
What do I roll to just stop her?
It's an athletics check. I'm gonna roll my athletics check.
No,
Athletics
wait.
checks.
You'll
Is
Is
ruin my
this
move
normal?
roll.
What?
Athletics check.
My face is perfectly covered by the dice.
No, normal athletics check.
Damn it.
A whopping 4, which means Atalia, you just need to move 1 step to the side.
Mm-hmm.
You how do you want to have this play out?
Mostly, if she's just coming at me, I'll just I'll just like step to the side, maybe kind of knock her over so that she just kind of goes
Grab her?
past me. I'm not
Light
like
her on
trying to
fire.
Yep.
not trying to attack her here. I'm just trying to get her out of the way.
Okay.
Monsters. They all need to be slain.
And you do what?
Go for the door.
So you go to open the door, like
Mhm.
open the door, and she's like, "No, the children!" And then you open the door, and you literally see, like, as you hear that like panicky yell from her, but it's like it's quiet, like it's a panicky yell, but she's like so scared and still kind of caught off guard for everything. The children, she says, like choked up. You open up the door, and the kids inside just kind of like stop and look at who's coming in, and they see somebody standing there in a bunch of armor with a bunch of swords, and there's like this moment of silence, and then one of the
Mhm.
kids goes, "Oh, cool!"
I just want to scan the room really quick and just see like what's in here, how big the room is, what's going on.
So like a
Kill
full
them too.
like a full investigation check or a perception check? If you're just standing there and looking
Perception.
about, perception. Go
Just
ahead, roll it.
perception.
Roll it for me real quick. Okay, notice a few things. First of all, there are 7 kids inside here. Okay.
Okay.
Secondly, you notice that the kids seem to be playing or having fun, so on and so forth. There's a bunch of little beds kind of like set up inside this area. The kids are clearly like, it's that bedtime, rambunctious, not going to bed like they're supposed to sort of situation going on. You kind of like take all that in. You can see like the various like dolls or whatever made out of like burlap sacks and everything kind of inside there, as well as like sticks that they've clearly fashioned to be like swords or whatever it is they're supposed to be playing with each other, kind of like pushed off to the side, but a few of them you can see sticking out from underneath pillows because again they're not obviously not listening to what they're supposed to be doing. They're kids and they haven't been given the authority yet. I'm like, it's actual bedtime, what do you know, I'm a dad anyways. So but that's not what catches your eye. You're looking at the room and you see the 7 kids or everything. You kind of like, okay, maybe think you're going to ask some questions. You feel something. You feel a vibration on your chest.
Go, Anakin. This is your time.
They're not real children. Slay them.
Do I
mimics.
see anything else in the room other than them and the objects you described? Like no one else is in here.
Master Witcher, what do we do?
I mean, just what I described. And Bear and the guy definitely make their way outside at this point in time and go walking over. He says, she took off on foot to Ember as they're walking away. She took off on foot. Should we go and get horses to catch up with her?
If we really use a werewolf loose, we should probably call the guard, right?
Exactly.
Just gonna need some help.
Exactly my points. It would have broken free from the guard's tower. We should probably head there and inform them.
I imagine if it broke free from there, they would
Well,
know.
not
If we
inform
need a call.
head there to get them. If they're still alive.
Right. But I imagine if it had broken free from their tower, they would know. So we should probably find the guards in the city, perhaps.
Oh, you mean in the other towns? I suppose we might be able to do that.
Do you have a horse?
I mean, it's an old plow horse.
And I got one I'm not married to. Classic old man joke.
Oh wait, come on, that's so funny.
Kill him.
Oh wait.
Okay. There's a voice in my head telling me to do things.
Do it.
It would really suck if you had an episode right now.
Take some.
Did I ever tell you the?
I already had an episode today.
Did I ever tell you the tragic story of Darth Plagueis?
No, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do tell. Yeah, share. Waste some time.
Don't Google it.
So, honestly, you'll know the city better than I do, so I'll follow your lead.
He'll go over and he says, should we get our horses then?
I don't think I have one.
You rode in on one, Leslie.
Yeah, but I don't remember that.
You remember riding in on one over the course of the past several hours when you got attacked by the monsters.
He doesn't remember remembering.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That did
That's
happen
right. That
today.
did happen.
Yeah.
Today, earlier today.
Oh, I just remembered suddenly. Sorry, I've been forgetful. I do have a horse. It's out
How
front.
do we let
I think.
Bear go with this guy?
You say it's up front. He says, yes.
I just asked.
You get yours and I'll go get mine. Mine, of course, will be in the stable over here. I'll meet you over there in a moment.
The plow horse? Would
Unless
it be faster to take one of ours?
Oh, that would be much appreciated. And he'll go your way with you.
Oh, yeah. Come with me, and I'll show them to our horses.
Yep. Okay, cool. He'll hop on a horse with you.
Yeah, yep.
And start riding towards a different town.
Great.
Okay, cool.
Great, let's go.
We'll get back to that afterwards. Yay. All right, one down. So you guys upstairs, you obviously, and Bear had walked away at this point in time, leaving the two of you behind. Did you want to go and investigate the situation?
Yes.
Okay, so you go walking through the back of the church over to the other doors. While the doors in the back area over here certainly do lock, they are not locked because they wouldn't normally be until in lockup time, and he hadn't gotten around to that yet. So you go back to the back area and kind of like looking around, opening a couple of doors. Oh, there's an office, and then you open up one door and you hear there's a commotion going on downstairs, including like some woman being like, "Just don't hurt them." That's what you hear as you open up a door, Pat, to a stairwell going down, clearly.
I'd probably just, tell Durb, we must hurry. Do not hear the voices.
Do I hear the voices?
I mean, low passive perception, but you can roll a perception check.
Is that my passive too?
That's your passive, yeah.
You don't, but
I can't really hear anything right now, but I've been dealing with a massive wax buildup.
Would I be able to hear, discern whether it's like a child's voice compared to an adult's voice?
it's high pitched. You don't, and it sounds soft. It could be a child's.
I probably wouldn't slow down to even make a perception check. I'd probably just keep rushing.
Perfect. So you keep pushing ahead. And the reason why it was that way is because it was the woman that was on the floor that was being all like, no, don't hurt the children. And that's literally what you hear as Rena goes in there and scans the area and hears that.
If he speeds off looking concerned, I would ready my bow.
So you go downstairs, you see a woman on the floor over by an open door, and you see another one kind of coming out of a kitchen, covered in like water, like, completely soaked, comes out of a kitchen and like looks up at you and goes, "More!" And the one on the floor kind of like turns around to look back behind her and she goes, "Oh, no!"
I would almost can I persuade somebody to tell me what they see?
I mean, what do you say?
I'll just be like, more. Who else is here?
You say like more. Who else is here? And you don't really get like. They don't seem very responsive because they don't not happy that you're here. They seem just more frightened and kind of helpless because you guys are all walking in with weapons and stuff like that. And she's now.
Well, I mean, he's ready
weapons.
in his bow. I look like a goddamn goofy character.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian would probably raise his voice this time with intimidation. Do you want me to roll it?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Depending on how this rolls.
Where have the other drugs gone?
I think that's automatic, right? No, it's perception or deception, persuasion. I'm sorry. 10 intimidation, I guess.
So you tried to be intimidating. It wasn't particularly.
I just wanted to say, damn it, woman. I guess I'd just be talking to one on the ground.
Yep.
Just just a very, very loud voice. Who is here? We're looking for our Witcher.
Rena, you hear that?
Oh,
Do you like?
I'm making a very loud commotion.
I just
poke
lean
your
out
head
the
out
door.
the door.
Yeah, just lean out the door. Looking for
Witcher,
me.
is that you?
Yes.
What is going on back here?
Damned priest locked me in the shed.
Dorian would almost immediately just turn around. I told you something was suspicious about that man.
He just went off with him bear.
They left saying that the werewolf was out. That you left and go fight him. The werewolf that we saw 2 days ago. I mean, it's 2 days ago at this point, yeah.
He came in and grabbed something a little bit ago. I'm not sure what.
He told me to that it would only be for a little while. That it was almost over. Didn't say what exactly. So, and I'll look at the woman again. As I'm saying this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she has a reaction to what I said or not.
I've been down here cleaning. The other one says. The other one had actually. I was gonna have you guys make a perception check, but Rena turned their attention quicker than it mattered. The other one actually went and you noticed that she had actually grabbed like a cast iron skillet and was kind of like making her way over as you turn around and you like look at her and she's like still several steps from you, but holding a cast iron skillet in her hand, and she's like doesn't say anything, but clearly like frozen.
Crossbows aimed at her.
To Atalia or to
No.
one of us?
No, the woman holding the pan. Yeah.
I'm aiming at the lady holding the skillet.
Yep.
Right. Who is she gonna go hit?
She was gonna. Rena was the one that was kind of like leaning out the door and looking down the hallway towards you guys, so looking away from her. She was gonna try to get Rena, but Rena was gonna be allowed a perception check and everything first. So,
You're gonna try to attack our Witcher with a skillet?
I don't know.
Friend, you're gonna need something much stronger than that.
Listen.
What do you know? Here, I'm aiming a bow at her. Do I get advantage on my intimidation?
I mean, she's pretty intimidated, so why don't you go ahead? She's
I get
outnumbered.
advantage on my intimidation.
Go ahead, Wade.
I've only got a
You
one.
get
I
it.
need
You get it, Wade.
Are you scared?
Are you happy with your 13?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
it
using
works.
luck, apparently.
It works. So,
Yay!
so she says, the kids. Just leave the kids alone. And
We're
one of
here
the
to help the kids.
one of the kids inside goes, "Is something wrong?" And one of the other
Yes.
kids goes, "Are you here to kill us?"
No.
But you can't see the
Yes,
kids, obviously.
No,
Yeah,
like with a
just said
question mark at the end? No.
He's just shouting answers back to them.
Looks at it, tell you, like, are we here? I don't think
She'll
so.
look at the kid who asked, "Are you here to kill us?" and just shake her head.
The woman back outside says, "Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone."
Are you leaving them alone? Because someone's doing horrible things.
We just made them dinner, says the woman that was on the ground, kind of like now pushing herself up off of the ground. She's the one standing between Dorian and Derb and Rena. Or Atalia, sorry.
What do you know about what's happening here?
There's children that are orphans, and we're just trying to take care of them, says the
Can I
same
roll
one.
insight to see if I believe that they're not
Go
holding
ahead.
anything back? That normal roll, I'm guessing.
Yeah. You believe?
And how
You
much
have
do you
no
know?
idea what your priest is up to.
This time of day checking the grounds.
I look to tell you, he locked you up somewhere?
The shed.
It doesn't seem like normal behavior for a priest to knock up a witch.
Well, you know, he can work miracles.
You talk for a minute.
To lock up a witcher. Yeah. What do you,
You want to sip
I'm
of my
looking-
holy water?
I look back at the woman with the skillet because I believe she's well, that's just what I think. I think she knows more than the other woman since she's not talking. Tell me, you've worked here long enough, you should know enough about the priest.
He's we're helping the children.
In what way?
She puts the skillet down. They don't have a home. They don't have a family. They don't have a
Someone's
roof.
torturing and experimenting on these children.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Is my medallion still vibrating?
Do you place a hand over it?
Yeah.
It
I'm paying
is.
attention to it.
One of the kids inside says, excuse me, I don't know what experiment means, but I wasn't tortured.
Wasn't? Or was?
I guess I turned.
I weren't tortured. And one of the other, like, slightly older kids says, was correct.
What happened to you? Was something done?
I imagine you step around the other woman and look into the door at this point instead of being a disembodied voice.
Yes.
When you step around the door and they see you, a couple of them are like, ooh, because, you know.
You're exotic.
I'm one of you.
You're a gnome, you know. It's kind of like when Josh walks in a room. So you guys, so you step around the corner, a couple of kids like, ooh, and then you say like, what happened to you? And that person kind of like looks confused, and then when they realize that you're like talking to them, they say, what? No, nothing. What happened to you?
It's too long of a story to tell right now, I think. Have any of you, are any of you not here anymore that work? I'm not very good at this. I looked at Dorian and I tell you.
Are any of you missing?
No. No. One of the women says, the children are all here. We just keep adding more to them. We don't. Nobody's missing. Everything's fine here.
Which has come in recently?
The woman says, we don't want to start singling out children. Just leave them alone. Leave that room. She says, trying to be forceful again. He's taking a step closer to the frying pan, but not grabbing it. Skillet, I should say.
I go further in the room.
You step further in the room. And she's like, no, the kids. Don't hurt them.
I have no intention of doing that.
Then why won't you leave them?
Do you have like a thing you can do with you? Because man, my head's starting to hurt.
Could knock her out. She
Wait,
says
you wanna
very
use the
flat
frying
to you.
Rita, you step into the room and you can feel it vibrating a little bit more strongly. This suggests that you are definitely within range of some sort of effect. You don't know what it is, obviously, but this definitely suggests you're in range of something. It's not going to get any stronger than this at this point, of course.
I'll move past them and just go deeper into their room.
So you walk past them and walk past the other children?
The children, yeah.
Okay. You walk about the room. What are you looking for?
Just investigating, really.
Sure. You can roll an investigation check. There's nothing that these women could do to stop you. I mean, obviously, there's 3 very heavily armed people. It's just the 3 of them. Eventually, somebody else
Dorian's
does...
very heavily armed.
Can I persuade them to just let her do her investigation to not?
They're not going to interrupt at all at this point. Whether it be...
Well, I'm trying to
or-
persuade them to just stay out of the room. Let, Atilia get all of the fucking, get all of whatever she needs in that room.
Sure, you can go ahead.
To stop them being so fucking annoying, essentially.
Shut up. They're like, okay.
How dare you care about these kids and their well-being? How dare you? So anyways, you get a 16. And they're going to be compliant because she hasn't done anything violent yet, but they are not without concern. You know, again, 3 heavily armed people, unarmored people came walking in here that they don't know, that are, anyways. So, like I said, a third person does come down the stairs. As I said, I believe I said originally there were 3 people that assisted in this place, aside from the priest himself. And so this is the one that was kind of like taking care of other things upstairs. They come downstairs with all the commotion, everything going on, and kind of start questioning the matter. And I imagine for this one, Dorian could put on a little bit of the charm of, we're just investigating the matter, make sure the children are here. The priest ran off with one of our friends to go and find the Witcher who's still here. We don't, you know, you kind of explain the whole thing out.
Yeah.
And they're just like, again, because they weren't here, they weren't crashed in on, they were a part of any like surprising violence. They're significantly more compliant than the other ones that were scared. So Rena, you're walking about the room, and with your investigation check, you find toys and beds and the walls here, the door. The door doesn't have a lock on it or anything like that. I mean, it's just a converted room into being that, you know, for them. What the room was used for beforehand, you're not sure, but you know, it's a basement. You know, it's uneven dirt ground. You know, unfortunately, some bugs are inside of it.
You said as I moved further into the room, my medallion was getting more intense, or
that last time you stepped into the room when you had mentioned it several minutes ago, you felt it get more intense. So I would say you definitely there's something inside the room, but with your investigation check, looking about the room, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You step, of course, around the kids to go look around, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
I'll just kneel down to talk to them.
Sure.
Tell me, which of you was the last to show up here?
Roll a persuasion check, but you do actually have an advantage on this one. Taking down to a knee, being as nice as you are, and honestly, they thought you were cool the whole time. Double natty ones.
It's not great.
69, bruh.
Yeah, 69, bro.
You're very persuasive.
Hey, Wade. Do you want to be the 6 or the 9?
Doesn't really matter, man.
You sure?
Either way, there's head and crotch and head.
Not wrong.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that is true.
All you gotta do is take a pillow from one end. Listen, I can walk you through it later.
All right, I expect a blow by blow.
You're not the only one with one of those this week. You can join the queue.
Marina, do you want to do anything else with that 8 persuasion check?
Kinda. I mean, I don't think it's that high.
You're welcome to do a modified luck die.
No, I'm not gonna waste the extra luck. Let's just stick with that.
So, one of the little boys in there that again thought you were wicked cool, as like, because they don't really respond very quickly. You know what I mean? Because children are taught to be wary of strangers and so on and so forth. But
They don't listen.
one of the little boys says, "Can I see your swords?" Like looking to bargain.
Shoot that one with my cross.
Sure, but she'll hang on to it. Obviously, she's not gonna let go of it. She'll show him though, just because he wants to see.
So you just take one and you draw it out.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
I don't know, silver one.
You draw out the silver one, and immediately you hear like, ooh, you know, the kids kind of like file in and be like, ooh. One of them says, "Is that really silver?" And the other one's like, "No, of course not, dummy. It's made with..."
Actually, it is, and it's pretty high quality silver, I might add.
He says, interrupting from behind. "Thanks, Uncle Derb."
They need to learn to appreciate good craftsmanship when they're young.
Uncle Dweeb. So...
Promise not to call me that.
That was the
anymore.
weirdest thing you've ever fucking done. Please never do that again.
Yeah, that was really bad.
My niece and nephew, my brother's 2 kids, they used to call me Drunkle when I was in my 20s.
Nice.
Luckily, I've outlived those years, and now I'm Uncle Butt.
Upgrade.
They're either 9 and 11 or 10 and 12, but I am now Uncle Butt. So,
Congratulations.
yep. So, let's move on from there. They're very excited, and then I imagine after like you give them a couple of moments or whatever, you then kind of like stop and ask the question again. Derb, you're actually inside the room, whereas Dorian was more catering to the ladies, as usual. Derb, you can actually roll me a insight check.
Normal.
Yes. Useful as always. Thank you, Wade. Rena, you asked the question again, and several of the kids go, "Oh, right there," and they point towards there's a young girl that's there. She looks like she's probably about maybe 13 or so. She's amongst the oldest that are there.
I imagine they're still looking at the sword. That's fine. I'll just leave it out. That's fine. But I'm hanging on to it still. I
When
turn
did
my
she
attention
arrive?
to her.
So you bring your attention to Arena, and then what do you ask Derb from behind?
When did she arrive?
She says, "What's it to you?" The 13-year-old says, "What's it to you?" Before any of the others, like as one goes to answer, kind of like interrupted, like a typical like an older attitude kid does.
I'll say to her, well, you can understand the importance here, why we're being so urgent. It's for your safety.
One of the ladies on the outside does actually respond and say, leave her be. She just lost her family. She'll actually lean and say, she just got here today.
Today.
And then, kind of like as you do that, Rena with her very flat, today.
Yeah, just that side. See, I'm a witcher, bro. You want me to
Today?
What do you want me to do?
She quickly disarms the children of her sword, like arms fall over the ground.
Disarms. I see. I get it. Yeah, it's not funny.
Dishead them.
No.
So,
would it be easier to speak more plainly without the commotion?
to who?
She said, I'll say to the 13-year-old.
She says, I ain't got nothing to talk to you about. I don't know you.
Fair. And again, it's for your protection. And I'm looking pretty intently at her. I don't know if can I roll a perception to notice anything different or off about her in particular, or
Nothing. She seems like a 13-year-old
just paying
kid.
attention to her?
Yeah. She seems like a 13-year-old kid. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. She seems like a typical defensive, attitude 13-year-old kid. So, I mean, nothing seems out of the ordinary as of yet.
Too typical.
As of yet. One of the ladies behind, and this is kind of to Dorian and Derb, because obviously Talia's on the inside, but you're all watching, says, what do you want with her? Why does she matter?
Ma'am, we don't know yet. We're trying to figure that out. If you could just give us a few minutes in here. We obviously haven't caused any harm, so please allow us
One of the other women says, well, if the others aren't involved, can I at least take them away?
No, not yet.
A different lady
Yeah,
scoffs at the idea of triage by sacrificing, leaving the one there to take the others away. Go ahead. Dorian?
Dorian would almost echo kind of like what Derb has been saying. No, everybody needs to stay in the room until the Witcher's finished.
And they're again, very nervous. Okay. So anyways, so you stand there and you say what again to the girl, Rena? I imagine you reiterate.
I say, I just need information regarding your circumstance here. I know it may be difficult, but what happened?
Nothing. Everyone's dead. That's all.
It sounds like something happened. If that's the case.
Thank you for the raid.
Oh, hello. Yeah, everyone's dead. Maybe if you did your job right, then not everybody would be dead. You suck.
Well, I could possibly prevent more death if you
True.
tell me what happened. I don't react to like her saying that.
Just everyone's dead.
And how did they die?
Lots of blood.
Was there someone that came to cause this?
You can roll me your insight check now, Rena.
Mm-hmm.
Just Rena, or can I roll 2 since I'm there?
Oh yeah, you can roll as well. Either if you want to modify, or you're good.
You can if you want,
Sure, why not?
since you're closer.
It's weird because on one hand you it's a kid, it's an impertinent child, right? But on the other hand,
we
you feel
think.
as though like it almost feels like they're stalling. Derb.
Which I do believe, if I'm reading this correctly, feels like she's trying to buy time for something.
What?
There a reason you're wasting our time? To be blunt.
She's just a child. Why are you being so aggressive with her?
Oh, I'm about
They
to get
shouting and-
aggressive.
Are they shouting into the room again?
No, not shouting it. They're right in the hallway. So
They
they're
said
saying
that.
it
They're
to
just saying
Derb, who's
that.
like in the doorway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're trying to save lives here, and you all are making it very, very difficult to do that by slowing us down. You're causing more pain, and you're going to have a lot more people in here soon. Assuming we don't shut you down first.
Intimidation check. Normal, but the DC is lower.
I'll get you.
One of them says, "No, you've done enough. You're frightening these poor children. You're asking them to relive terrible experiences right after they lost their family. No, I'm sorry. If Witcher, no Witcher, you've done more than enough to these children."
As this is going on, I think Dorian's gonna get a little upset with the whole bickering and everything.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna, because I imagine I'm kind of standing behind them now in the hallway.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna say, Atalia, work fast. And that's just gonna be my only thing. And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna hideous laughter all the way.
How many can you?
Nice.
Oh, all three of them.
Yes, I have 4 charges of my.
God, now we gotta listen to
first levels.
that.
It's just a higher level spell, right?
I'll be right back real quick.
Does it affect more people the higher level it goes?
Oh,
I was just gonna use it 3 times.
It doesn't say it there, but I think you could do. Isn't it? Hold on. I thought it was concentration too.
No.
I just
Oh, it is a concentration up to a minute.
So you can't do it 3 times, and you can't do multiple targets.
Well, poop.
So you do one person.
Let me see then.
I'm doing wrong. It's like a perfect moment for you to like use some magic to sway the situation.
Right.
But that's just not the spell. I don't know if you have something better.
Then I'm
that
gonna
you have.
use. Yeah, I can enthrall. That's my last ability to use.
That's a good one.
I have 1 level 2 charge left or spell slot, so I might try to enthrall.
These are 3 separate rolls.
Whoa. I was gonna unsettling words first.
Okay, sure.
So basically, I guess RP wise, I would just be like, ladies, show me around this beautiful, and I would look around basement kind of area.
Go ahead and roll me your
Do I have to roll anything for enthrall?
yeah, the no, the unsettling words. I think that makes it take the penalty. Your inspiration die.
Sorry about that. There was someone at my door.
That's late.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Somebody knocked at my door after 11. I'd be a little freaked out.
And now I'm completely out of inspiration, completely out of lucky dice.
Cool. So you definitely are able to affect 2 out of the 3 ladies. All of hold on. I'm gonna DM's dice this one /
Can I get the one? Do I get to choose which ones? I want to get the one that's been really nosy.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can say that that's the one you was settling words to guarantee that it works.
Cool.
Why don't you go ahead and because you're not in the room, Pat, so not you, but Wade and Rena can roll insight checks, please.
Normal?
Normal.
Jesus Christ, is there a number higher than a 10? I feel like I tell you.
Rena, are you happy with your 19?
Never mind, Talia's doing good. I feel like they're...
Rolling too many, but I kind of want to get...
Okay. You can only roll ones there. It's pretty funny, but that's fine.
It works.
So this is how it plays out. He does a spell saying like, it's like as he like does his enthralling spell, he says like an additional word, almost like a hand gesture, even like a chin pat or whatever it is that Pat's character would do to affect that one person especially. He gets 2 out of the 3 women, and he gets all of the children completely enthralled in his spell because of how powerful his spell is, his magic, and so on and so forth with his words. And so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well,
Question. Sorry. I have to be able to see the children.
that's fine because it's one of those things because obviously you want to have the distraction and you could choose to break it afterwards. Did you not want to affect the children, or did you want to?
No, I just wanted the 3 ladies. That's my only like thing is I have to be able to see them, and I don't think I can see into the room, can I?
I mean, yeah, you can easily take like a step.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, because you're in a hallway, so it's up to you.
Okay.
I'm leaving this.
I just wanted to get the women, the ladies that are being annoying.
Then Rena, I'm gonna give you that luck die back. It doesn't matter. You didn't need it for anything. Okay.
Shoot. Okay.
So that insight check is unnecessary. My apologies, Pat. I misunderstood you.
No, you're good. I just wanted to get the ladies away from Rena and Wade so that they can just get the investigation over quickly.
MS2 in the kitchen area. 1 came down later on. That was much more compliant. So you got their attentions. Okay. The one that you wouldn't have focused on would have been the compliant one.
The compliant one.
And so you asked them to show you the kitchen area, so you can kind of like stay nearby, but like just be a room over.
RP wise, I'd probably pull out my lute and be like, "Look at my cool flute. Want to blow it?"
I just want to get the 3 ladies. Want to blow it?
Children there.
I'm a bard.
He goes into the pantry and he's like, "Help me, sister. I'm stuck." No, it's a church, so sister. No,
So sure.
yeah, no. Okay.
I get it. Trust me, I get it.
All right. So
Go on.
what we
This is
got?
an orphanage church.
Help me,
This is your
stepbrother.
storyline, Scott. You made this. You made this happen.
Anyways, so back to the game.
God is so happy with himself right now.
I'm just laughing. It's just getting worse. Back to the game. So my apologies, Rena. I gave you back that luck die. Those 2 insight checks didn't work. Derb, you're less of a failure. Rena, you're less of a success. So what do you say to them at this point, Rena?
Tell us everything or you're going to join your parents.
You know Batman?
I don't really want to intimidate them because I'm just trying to find answers here. I don't know how far away from me she is. Obviously, I'm knelt down in front of like the rest of them. I imagine she's a little bit further off to the side.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's a huge room. So, in combat terms, it's. I mean, I guess 4 squares is pushing it. So,
I'd probably just move closer to her, not aggressively, obviously.
so
You
you
stand
would-
up
you
or
would
you
stand
scoot on
up.
your knees all awkwardly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd stand.
Yeah, stand up and make your way over. So that is an aggressive, even if you're not meaning for it to be that way. So if you're trying to be, roll me a persuasion if you're trying to be as gentle as possible.
Nice. Wow.
Pretty gentle.
Okay.
Really fucking gentle. Huh?
She's like a teddy bear.
Very, very approachable for a Witcher.
Your teeth gleam. Your smile, like there's a halo that forms over your head as the like brightens up behind you.
You see her smile for like the first
Is
time
that
ever.
You?
You've never seen her smile before. She smiles. You're like, oh my god, what?
What do you say as you go over there?
I probably reiterate and just say, again, I mean no harm. I'm just here trying to help. And knowing this will help, even if it's hard.
Okay. I don't think I can. I have to show you.
She turns into a werewolf, bites her head off.
Show me.
Dun, 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 dun,
How?
dun. This is how my parents die.
It's out. It's out there.
Where does she gesture?
Well, out the door, granted.
Just straight
And
outward.
into the
Okay.
hallway.
Okay. I'll kind of motion for her to lead the way.
She walks out the doorway, and the other kids are like, "Oh," as you take the sword away.
Yeah.
You go walking out, and she takes a left to go through the kitchen, where Durb is sitting there, and ding, 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 and those two women are just completely enthralled. The third one
To be specific, I am just carrying the sword. I
Yes.
haven't resheathed it.
Yes, completely understand. Yes.
That's not. Never mind. I can ask about the medallion.
The third woman, the one that's been most compliant, says to Durb, because you imagine that Rena's immediately, or Atelius, sorry, is immediately following behind the child who's walking through the kitchen, and Durb is following behind. This woman's behind Durb would say, "Excuse me, but whatever happened to this child, I need to know this as well. I'm coming with you."
Don't get in our way, or you won't be coming back.
No, I need to hear this.
I might. Don't be coming with you. Better behave. I'm scary.
As I walk out, though, I am paying attention to the medallion because obviously it was coming from that room that it was more intense. So I'd be kind of holding it with my offhand.
It is still vibrating, but you are also inside of a room where Dorian is utilizing magic, so you're gonna have to walk outside of the kitchen and off for a little bit before Dorian's effect would slow down.
I'll hang on to it for my entire path out of that room.
Sure. Yeah.
I guess outside is where we're going.
Yeah, you're actually going outside the door that you smashed in. They completely broke. And
already
Dorian,
open. So
are you following as well, so you can go and see what the heck's going on?
You're asking Durb or Dorian?
No, I already know Durb and the woman are. Are you going as well, or are you going to stay inside the kitchen with the two ladies?
I grab my dinner really quick.
See how
I would probably
how hot
ask
things get.
Atalia if she wants me to join.
Talia says, "I'm hungry. Why don't we take a quick break?"
That works.
All right. See everybody in just a minute. Thanks.
Love you, chat.
Lots of love. LOL. That's what it means, right? Lots of love.
Yeah.
Man, cool session, guys.
Whenever you get a message that says, "Hey, so and so passed away," you definitely respond, "LOL."
Oh.
You can't tell us good session
I-
when you were the one that deliberately said, "No, I'm going to go with the guy."
Wait a second. I thought when somebody tells you, "Oh, blah blah blah," somebody passed away, you just say thoughts.
Be
and
right
prayers.
back.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. No.
You're going to jail.
Thoughts and prayers.